Right, hi guys. So today I went down to Camber Sands in East Sussex, which is sort of on the Kent and East Sussex border in the south east of the UK, and it's a stunning beach, a good few miles long with big sandy dunes, grasses and stuff like that, and the tide goes right out, approximately a quarter of a mile or even more. You can see a digger here is actually moving the sand from the car park back onto the beach where it blows up and obviously causes loads of problems for cars and stuff. So he's constantly sort of moving the sand around. Rx10 Mark IV. This is a dynamic range, so this was actually a silhouette shot, and I just basically took the light reading quickly, boom, as he drove past. It's actually a silhouette shot originally, so I've just tweaked the shadows and the brightness and everything, and it's turned out rather well. Video, 4K video there, very well stabilised, even though I'm just hand holding it. It's very windy, really windy, freezing cold, chill factor probably about -5, something like that. It was really quite not very nice. Slow motion, right, this is I'm guessing they're called artifacts. You can see it here in the water, on the actual sand there, the reflection. You can see a bit of stuff going on there. It's obviously doesn't quite like it very much, and you can just see a little bit there, just where the waves start to meet. That's the downside of high-speed photography on water, it seems to be. I've had a few issues before with the sun in the little reflections of the water. You can see a little bit here. It's not so bad, but you can see it down there on where the water meets the sand, and that reflection there is a little bit showing. That's at 500 frames per second, so the waves and everything are coming in, as you can see. But I'm guessing it's just because you're shooting into bright light, it doesn't like it. But as soon as I got away from the sand and the reflections, it wasn't too bad. That's at 600mm, f5.6, and you just see a couple of bits actually when it splashes up on the water splashes up and gets backlit. You can see a little bit there, but so that's one of the lifeguard huts, and Camber Sands with the tide is probably about halfway out, I guess, at its maximum, from its maximum. Really lovely little fluffy clouds. They're grey, but some of them were white like earlier on, obviously when the sun was this side of them. But it was quite moody, and it did rain later on that night, but the sunset was awesome. The colours really lovely. This shot here, silhouette clouds, worked really quite nicely. That's at 600mm, and it's sharp and really good. So really quite pleased. I'm glad I went down. It's about a 20-mile drive from where I live, and you know, it was definitely worthwhile getting there. I got there about 20 minutes before this happened, and really pleased. All shot in manual, and the reflections in the glass here on these sort of holiday lets that are right on the beach, the colours and everything, random sort of changes in sort of contrast and things like that was quite cool. But yeah, no, autofocus working as well as always, just locking onto that seagull there as it flew past, probably about 50 or 60 miles an hour. And then I did a pano, but not in camera. This is actually around about 10 shots. Actually, no, I'm lying. This is 112 photos. I did another one that was about 10. This is 112 images. I took it in portrait mode and literally did 24 frames per second and literally just went from left to right. I didn't know if my computer was going to do it, but it did. And the last shot is a 500 frames per second flag blowing in the wind, and this is after the sun had gone down, so as you can see the exposure is roughly what the light was to the eye, so it's getting quite dull, but it still did it quite well. Quite pleased with that, no problem at all. Any questions about the video or any questions about the photos, please ask below in the comments. Any questions about the